Call us back into session at 1:37 PM. So we're finished with that. Jackie Sears.
Yes, Chair, there was some issues on a act I took yesterday involving the OST Planning Office budget, but there's some issues there that are of concern, that it might affect future funding and you know, owing some grants back. So I would like to open up the agenda to put that back on. So that's my motion.
We have a motion by Jackie Sears, seconded by Collins Clifford. To open the agenda for one item.
We have one more.
No, we only had one.
James just mentioned to me to bring up, and he's gonna go get Pat Ross. So we need to see if we can add that one on there. Is the one for...
Okay, let's do the vote and then we'll have a discussion. Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh,
Jim Meeks,
not voting, I wasn't here.
Cora Whitehorse,
No.
Stanley Little White Man,
Yes.
Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson,
No.
Valentina Merdanian, James Cross, Ella Giancarlo,
No.
Richard Greenwald,
No.
Robin Tapio,
Here.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
David Puyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Oh,
CJ Clifford,
How?
Lisa Jumping Godalion, Craig Dillon,
No.
Hold on, we're still in the middle of our vote. The motion to open the agenda fails, 9 yes, 7 no, and 2 not voting.
9 yes. It passed. 9 yes. 13.
Turn the blind eye here. It is approved to open the agenda. My bad. I apologize. 9 yes, 7 no, 2 not voting. Okay, Jackie Sears.
yeah, I'd like to make a motion to add back in to the agenda a resolution of the Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe approving an amendment to the 2018 general fund budget to include the OST Planning Office budget of $135,000, and that's my motion to add it in.
Motion by Jackie Sears, seconded by Lisa Jumping Eagle. Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
No.
Cora Whitehorse,
No.
Stanley Little White Man,
No.
Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson,
No.
Valentina Merdanian, James Cross,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
No.
Richard Greenwald,
No.
Robin Tapio,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
David Puyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears, CJ Clifford,
How?
Lisa Jumping Godalion, Craig Dillon,
No.
The motion did fail because it's 9-9. You needed 2/3. So it did fail. Moving on. Our agenda is still open. Sonia Weston, you had,
You know, we met yesterday,
turn your microphone on.
in finance, we're trying to get on, while we got on the agenda, but we moved an item to finance committee today, and I don't think they're going to meet today. We do have another very important project that's been worked on since maybe this past year, last year, and that's, is it 7 generation project. And last December, we paid Mr. Means, Frank Means, a portion of his contract before Christmas. And I think everyone knows that it's really hard sometimes to work with USDA. When you get a grant from them, there's a certain way of getting things done. But I think Frank worked hard and he tried to get everything done. Now it's come this far and still everything is done. He sent us all out a report. I think you guys all might have got it in email. And he's working on doing the community upgrades across the reservation. And he did finish some of the systems, and they were listed on that on his report. And he wants to be able to get paid for that. He's told us, and about a couple weeks ago, we did meet at Tribal Chairman's Health Board, the Economic and Business Development Committee, and in that committee, they assigned a task force to move forward on helping him get this done. Mr. Dillon did make that motion. There was a second, and we did get it approved through committee. And Mr. Watkins was put on there, as well as myself and James. Philip was put on there, but he backed off. I think he was kind of scared, so he backed out. But there was 3 of us that are on this committee, and we really want to get this done for our people, because it's providing services to the people across the reservation. And we really would like it if we can at least help Mr. Means to get him paid a portion of that contract. Once USDA made the payment, then they could reimburse back what the tribe helped him with. So that's kind of what our plan was today, was to see if we can bring that on to this council to see if we can pass something. And I don't know if our treasurer is going to be down here shortly giving us the treasurer's report, but we need to do something. He won't do it unless he said a committee, finance committee passed it, but I don't know when they're going to meet, and I really would like that to be brought onto this council's agenda right now to see if we can act on that. James is trying to contact contracts office if they're listening. Maybe Pat needs to come over, the treasurer, and I think you said Dean, right? And so we can address this, because it is a very important project, and we do really need to get these services out there, and we do need to get him paid. At least let's help him out this much on how we can get our USDA funding down here. We passed so many other contracts and so many other things for non-members, but when it comes to our tribal members, we have a hard time getting things done for them. So I want to say that today, and I think we need I want to add that onto the agenda, if we can do that. That's my motion.
Motion by Sonia, seconded by Austin. To put on the agenda. Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Minks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
No.
Stanley Little White Man,
No.
Austin Watkins, Chauncey Wilson,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian, James Cross, Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Yeah.
Philip Goodcrow,
Help.
David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha,
Jackie Sears,
uh-huh.
CJ Clifford,
Ho.
Lisa Jumpinico De Leon,
Uh-huh.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
The motion to two-thirds on is 14 yes, 3 no, 1 not voting. So that is done. So we're done? So I need a motion to approve the agenda. Motion by Sonia Weston, seconded by Richard Greenwald. Please call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Minks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man,
Yes.
Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian, James Cross, Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Robin Tapio. Approving the agenda.
Yeah. Huh.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
David Puyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Oha.
CJ Clifford,
Ho.
Lisa Jumpinico De Leon,
Uh-huh.
Craig Dillon.
Motion to approve the agenda, 18 yes, 0 no. Okay, so now we go back to the end of our agenda. We have the education item. Jackie Sears.
We have a resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and unincorporated tribe. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe to oppose the FY 2019 national budget request in the current form. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe adopted its constitution and bylaws by referendum vote on December 14, 1935 in accordance with Section 16 of the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934. 25 U.S.C. 5123. And under Article 3 of the Constitution, the Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas under the Oglala Sioux Tribe Constitution, Article 4, Section 1W, the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council has the power to adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its members. And whereas through the treaties, executive orders, statutes, court decisions, and course of dealing, the United States has committed its sacred honor to ensuring American Indian tribal communities have thriving economies, safe, decent, and affordable housing, health care comparable to the national average, and a world-class education for Indian children. And whereas despite these legal and moral commitments, the federal government has failed to provide even the most basic infrastructure in terms of school facilities for Bureau of Indian Education schools. While the Oglala Sioux Tribe continues to advocate for sources of sufficient capital to build new schools and to address and eliminate deferred maintenance on existing schools, and whereas the extremely poor physical condition of schools serving American Indian children is universally known and has been repeatedly subject to congressional investigations and hearings. General Accountability Office, the Congressional Research Service, Untold News and Media Reports, and other sources of information. And whereas these sources of capital include traditional methods such as annual federal appropriations, as well as more creative sources such as the school construction bonds and current proposals to establish and endow with funding physical infrastructure development funds. Now therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribe opposes the FY 2019 national budget request in the current form. And be it further resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribe does oppose the FY 2019 budget request with the Public Land Infrastructure Fund, as it takes from desecrating the land and all correspondent uses the term Indian, but the actual bill language does not include any mention of other tribes. And be it further resolved, the Oglala Sioux Tribe recommends that all tribes will be funded from the capture of natural emissions from current sources and not from any new or additional desecration sources. With that, I move.
We have a motion by Jackie Sears, seconded by C.J. Clifford. Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Minks,
Yes.
Cara Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man. Yes. Austin Watkins. Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian. Oha. James Cross. Ella Giancarlo. Richard Greenwell,
Yes.
Robin Tapio,
Ha.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
David Poyer. Sonia Weston. Jackie Sears,
Uh-huh.
CJ Clifford. Lisa Jumpini Godalion,
Oha.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion did carry 17 yes and 1 not voting. Thank you, council. The
Thank you.
next one we have is Sonia, the last 2/3 that we did put on.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do have the treasurer here, as well as Mr. Ross from Contracts, and he'll explain, I guess, what we're trying to do is get Mr. Means paid, to see if the tribe would pay him, and then once the money comes in with USDA, then it'll get reimbursed back to the tribe. And he did submit his invoices, all the paperwork was submitted to Contracts, so Mr. Ross will go over that with us. I think that was some of the questions asked yesterday in Finance, and so we said we want him down here so he can explain that part, and the treasurer can also clarify it, so we can get that part done. So I'll turn that over to Mr. Ross, Contracts. I think James went over to get, Wanda's going to get copies of what we want to get passed.
Good afternoon, Council. Basically, that's all that is been presented. The 7-year, 7th-generation projects has been placed under the planning office. So actually, Pope submits his invoices to Dr. Zephyr. Dr. Zephyr has to process them through that process. I just review the documentation that ensures that we're doing everything we're supposed to be doing in the grant process. So to the point right now for that project, we've had approval for the Wounded Knee project, and that money is ready to be drawn down. The president has signed the additional paperwork for Kyle and Evergreen water projects. So those have been sent back to Pier. Once we get notification that those are ready to be drawn down, we can move forward with that. And then we continue on with the Potato Creek, Wombly, Allen, and Wolf Creek ones when those paperwork come through to be signed and then sent back. So the process is ongoing. It's kind of just a signature process that really holds up the for every single project. We're doing the exact same paperwork. The only thing that's different is the budget, but the signature pages are all basically the same. So it's kind of slowing down the process because we're going stage by stage under phase 1. So, and there's 7 stages under under phase 1, and then we'll get into phase 2 in the coming years. So the other issue is just the contract. Pope's contract needs to be approved by this body for the amount. So that's going to be on you guys to prove that before we pay him. because that amount of that contract is more than XB could approve. So basically, once that's approved, then we can process those, but you guys could, or however process you can use under general fund, so. Anything else?
Any questions? Dave Poyer.
I think one of the question was yesterday, if we pay him up front, can that be reimbursed, or does it, when we answer back to USDA, does it have to say to come out there?
It can be reimbursed that way. His billings are over the various stages that he's got completed. So once those monies are made available to draw down, then we'll have those. Yes.
Cora Whitehorse.
Thank you. I guess, I'm not sure if my question is for Mason, but maybe it is. We gave him a payment, I can't remember if it was in January or December. December. Was that paid back?
No, it wasn't. Just be like what we're talking about here. We'll reimburse it back once the money does get here.
Okay, so
That would be
if
included.
we,
That wasn't paid back yet.
if we give him a payment today, then that payment plus that payment in December would have to be reimbursed, right?
Yes.
So for the paperwork that's submitted, is it going to cover that? Do you know, Pat?
Yeah, everything will be reimbursed once we pay it out. So we just have to have the documentation that shows that we paid it out.
Okay.
And it's kind of an internal process for us. The tribe will do its internal vouchering system once the grant money is made available. But like I said, the billings will be per those phases or stages in the project. It's not like it's all coming out of the Wounded Knee one up front. You know, it's a portion of out of each one of those things that he's completed to this point and that he's turned in, so.
And so I guess, I just don't understand how a program can go from, I think they said the paperwork was done in December, and it's now April.
Well,
And they haven't received one single reimbursement or
Well,
one single payment?
The paperwork was signed in December for the Wounded Knee project. Then USDA came back and said, we want paperwork for the next stage. And it's basically all the same paperwork. It's just the same, just different budget amounts that have been already approved through the grant process. But it's just the extra signature stuff that USDA wants for assurances that we're gonna do these projects the right way. And so that's kind of what hampered it. Like, so we thought we could move forward with just one overall signature thing, but USDA has come back and said we want it individually for every single stage, so.
So it took 4 months to get from that stage to where you are now?
Yes.
Why?
I'm not
I don't
overseeing,
understand why.
I'm not overseeing the deal. That's under the planning office. You guys need to talk with Dr.
So
Zephyr on
why
that.
is the planning office not here? I mean, this is exactly why they were not
They were here,
added to
but you
the
weren't
budget.
here.
No, I mean today, to discuss this?
Because it just came back.
Yeah.
Just put it on, so they don't know, you just put it on.
But
Yeah, they were not aware of this coming back on.
This is just one thing. And my point is that there's absolutely no reason this should be taking 4 months when the paperwork was done in December. If it's on our part, then we need to slap somebody's hand.
It is on you.
Right.
It's on you.
No, it's not. I'm not his boss. You are.
But his contract needed to be renegotiated at December 31st, if you remember that, right, Mason? Yeah, all contracts need to be redone by those committees, which is Finance Committee.
Then why didn't he bring it back? We just approved his contract in December. So it,
James Cross. Oh, then Richard Greenwald.
You know, last Friday we had a meeting, or was it last Friday or 2 Fridays? We had a meeting in Rapid City at the Great Plains, and Pope brought his contract back. And, two of them. And I think those need to be addressed here too, right, Pat? But those contracts started from January 1st. And so, speaking with Pat this morning, we need to address those too, those contracts, because it needs council approval.
Yes, they were previously brought to executive committee.
Yeah.
But the amount was too large.
Yeah.
It was above our threshold, so we referred it back to finance to bring to council. So that's why it is where it is. Richard Greenwald.
To me, I heard Sonia talk earlier, and I know Sonia is saying we're trying to help him. I see it the other way, man. It's the amount of millions of dollars this guy has brought in for this project, and my community being part of the last one with Oglala, I think he's been helping us, you know, and when he comes, and he's been up here, remember he was up here and he told us everything that's in this report. He told us what's coming and what's next, and about making sure we secure the budget for the next part of the stage. So he's come here and to us. I just don't like us to say we're trying to help him when he's putting in many man hours. When we have committee, like people come in, we just turn down one. We hear jumbo, mumbo, jumbo, mumbo, jumbo, give me some more money. With nothing at the end. There's product at the end of this, where this guy is bringing in stuff, and we're gonna redo Pine Ridge eventually, and that's, you know, that's something good. You know, so instead of saying let's help him, let's make it right for him now.
Chancey Wilson.
You know, I was chairing EB&D that day when Pope brought all this forward, and there's an ordinance that was passed when we first started the 7 Generations project that streamlined everything, right? Waived the other ordinances except for the 7 Generations project to go right to executive board for the executive board to pass it to keep things rolling. So I'm not sure why it stalled out at executive board when there was an ordinance passed to waive everything for the 7 Generations
It
project.
doesn't matter. We have a threshold. We have a $75,000
Right,
threshold.
except it waived
And
it all in
doesn't-
that ordinance.
It did not. No.
Because that was the biggest discussion.
James Cross.
You know, in the past, when there was Oglala Sioux Rural Water Supply System, everything, all the contracts, they all went to XB, no matter what the dollar amount was. Even if it was over 75K, then XB would still pass those. So I think we have, the secretary can pull that ordinance, and then for you guys' information for XB, from this day forward, I think it'll help you guys to pass these contracts.
Jim, whatever we need, let's do it here, get it done, quit beating it to death over the radio. I mean, but there is ordinances in place, but let's take the action, whatever we need to do.
Are you making that motion?
Yes, make the motion.
Dave Poyer made the motion.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Sonia Weston.
To get Mr. Means paid the amount that was, he requested for. And I think Mr. Ross does have the paperwork also. And reimbursed by the funding when it comes in with USDA will get funded back to the Oglala Sioux tribe.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, but we got a comment from Pat here before we run the vote.
I think ideally you just want to pass this contract, then you don't have that issue of the payment issue. But if you just say you're going to pay this amount, you still got to come back and pass this contract, so.
Well, that's the motion Dave made. No, we need to run this vote. I think we beat the horse to death. Let's call for the vote now. Dave, you made the motion. Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's be precise, let's be specific, and let's get this deal done. Dave, state your motion.
I just said, whatever we need,
let's be precise, let's be specific about what we're going to do.
Well, I'll motion to close discussion, whatever we have to do to take care of it, let's do it. I mean, we're going around in circles.
Well, you're
about
fixing it.
ordinances, But if there's in place, let's take the action, whatever we need to do.
We have a motion and a second. Okay, you have the second.
Yeah, motion to approve his contract, I'll second the contract. Yeah.
Okay. Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder.
Oh.
Jim Minks.
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse.
I don't know. Yes, I guess.
Stanley Little White Man.
Yes.
Austin Watkins. Chancey Wilson.
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian. James Cross. Ella Giancarlo.
For the second time, yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
Robin Tapio.
Huh.
Philip Goodcrow.
Oh.
David Poyer. Sonia Little Hawk Weston.
Ha.
Jackie Sears.
Uh-huh.
CJ Clifford.
How?
Lisa Jumping Eagle Dalium.
Oh, ha.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion did carry 17 yes, voting. Thank you, council. We have one more. We have to finish up the language on the nursing home from yesterday. Say that again. Oh, yeah, she will.
Authorizing and directing the Executive Committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and the Legal Department of the Oglala Sioux Tribe to prepare and distribute materials to the Bureau of Indian Affairs and tribal, state, and federal courts in the state of South Dakota. The Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is the governing body of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. Whereas the Tribal Constitution authorizes the Tribal Council in Article 4, Section 1A to negotiate with the federal government and to advise and consult with the representatives of the Interior Department in all activities of the department that may affect the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And whereas the Tribal Constitution authorizes the Tribal Council in Article 4, Section 1B to protect and advance the rights of the members of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas the Tribal Constitution authorizes the Tribal Council in Article 4, Section 1W to adopt laws protecting and promoting the health and general welfare of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and its membership. And whereas by ordinance number 1334, September 24, 2013, the Tribal Council approved a charter for the Oglala Sioux Lakota Nation Nursing Home, Inc. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Lakota Nursing Home, Inc. is the owner of the Oglala Lakota Nursing Home, a state-of-the-art 60-bed nursing facility located on tribal lands south of White Clay, Nebraska. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Lakota Nursing Home is managed by Native American Health Management. And whereas the Tribal Council seeks to provide information to the Bureau of Indian Affairs and tribal, state, and federal courts in the state of South Dakota on the Oglala Sioux Lakota Nursing Home and its ability to provide nursing facilities to elderly members of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and other federally recognized Indian tribes, including elderly tribal members who are subject to civil commitment orders. Now therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby authorizes and directs the Executive Committee of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and the Legal Department of the Oglala Sioux Tribe to prepare and distribute materials to the Bureau of Indian Affairs and tribal, state, and federal courts in the state of South Dakota on the Oglala Sioux Lakota Nursing Home and its ability to provide nursing facilities to elderly members of the Oglala Sioux Tribe and other federally recognized Indian tribes, including elderly tribal members who are subject to civil commitment orders. Certification.
We need a motion. Check. Question, Dave Poyer.
Chair, I thought was gonna mention Nebraska in that because the nursing home staff said that there was some tribal members that were court-ordered in Scotts Bluff. But I don't know if on Steve's research, if we're able to do that. But if not, if we can't get into those Nebraska ones, also move to approve that.
Jackie Sears and then Craig Dillon.
We can add Nebraska, and we may have to bring this back to add more teeth, but he felt that this is what we need at this time. The attorney did, and he wanted to express that, so I'll second that motion for approval.
So do you want to add that piece of Nebraska in,
Add Nebraska.
add Nebraska in there? Okay. South Dakota and Nebraska? Okay. So that's your motion?
Yep.
And that's your second? Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Lynn Whiteman,
Yes.
Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Here.
James Cross,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo, Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow, David Puyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Jackie Sears, CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon, Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion did carry, 14 yes, 1 no, 1 abstain, and 1 not voting. Okay, so that's it for all of our issues. Now we have the secretary's reports, and then we have the treasurer report after that, and then we can adjourn. Now she lost her paperwork. Chancey Wilson.
Motion to approve April 7th, June 22nd, July 14 and 27th, September 21st, October 4th, and December 5, 20, 22, and 27 executive committee minutes.
Motion by Chancey Wilson, seconded by Austin Watkins to approve everything he said. Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
Yep.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little Whiteman,
Yes.
Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian, James Cross,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow, David Puyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Jackie Sears,
Here.
CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon,
Here.
Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Motion did carry, 14 yes, 2 no, 0 abstain, and 1 not voting. Thank you, council. Next, we have our treasurer's report, treasurer's office.
Good afternoon. You guys all got your treasurer's report, I hope? Questions?
Jackie Sears.
Yeah, the treasurer's report, I was reviewing it, but there's a lot of pages missing in there. And I wanted to know why we're not getting the full report. You know, I sit on Finance Committee, and I'm the vice chair. It looks like I should have access to review our general fund reports. So when it's given to us and all of it isn't there, we're not getting the full information of our general fund expenditures or anything. So that's my concern as to why and who did that. Is it council or, because I wasn't here at the last council meeting, so I was wondering if council took action to do that.
Okay, that was just a consensus with a lot of you council. You wanna change it back, that's gonna be up to you. There's no set way of what, needs to be in this council packet. When I was Dean's assistant, we started doing it this way. It's just been, ever since I've been here, I've been doing it this way. The last term though, you guys never seen any of this stuff. You guys never seen any of the checks coming in, you guys never seen any checks going out. You guys never seen it, your own budgets. If you did, you know, I don't know, I mean, that's, you know, we could go back to doing it the way you guys want. So we just need a consensus the way you guys want it.
That's my concern, because I'd like to have it the way it was, so we can review and look at our expenses.
Stanley Little White Man.
You know, Chairman, I looked at my financial report. The only thing that's different is I don't see Phillips' stuff on there, which is okay with me. I don't need to see Phillips' travel or whatever. That's the only difference that I saw, and it lessened the amount of pages that I had to go through. So I have no problems with the system that you implemented.
Sonia Weston.
You know, I see the same way as Stanley. You know, to me, I just feel like, you know, any kind of financial expenditures that the tribe does under general fund, you know, I know some of them could be HIPAA related, and they'll say those are medical associated with medical assistance. We don't need to see the people's names on there. That's a HIPAA. It only pertains to medical. HIPAA only pertains to medical. But I think I don't care to see that part of it on my finances. But like Stanley's saying, you know, I don't want to have to see Craig Dillon's travel. You know, I don't want to have to see James's travel. You know, as long as I see my own travel and that I can say that this is what I spent, and they all say, well, police yourselves. So to me, I'm going to take a look at my travel every month and to see what I spent and make sure that I know that my reports need to be submitted or my receipts need to be submitted. And so I have no problem with that part of it. And, you know, to me, I don't really want to see everyone else's travel. I don't want to see no one's travel, and I don't want to see no one's expenditures if they're related to medical. But, you know, to me, if it's a little change, then it's a change, and sometimes we got to get used to it. You know, we're always so used to looking at everything. But, you know, even when I do get the reports, I don't scan through the whole thing. You know, you put our own district reports in there that pertain to our district. That's where I'll kind of go through there and look at my district too. But I don't have to look at everything, you know, and that's just the way I feel about it, I guess.
Lisa Jopanigo de Leon.
I don't know where travel came on all of this, but you know, when we hold ourselves responsible for anything any expenditures, that is public information. And I know in my district, whenever they wanna know things, I take this with me so they can see what's going on. And I don't need to hide information, or I don't need to say, I don't know. You have to go to the tribal office to ask, because I have it there. And so I think that all that information should be put in here, because we have to be held accountable to all of our people out there. And if we're not giving the documentation that they are requesting, they don't have money to come up here to get these kinds of reports, and they're not given to them either. If they come up here to ask, it's not given. So I don't know who was all on the consensus of this, but just a while ago, Mr. President, you said that consensus is so, I think that I'm in the position that everything should be in this general ledger. Thank you.
Craig Dillon.
You know, I've been on this council a long time, and I've seen that general ledger used as a weapon to go after people. People were, their medical conditions were put out there in public. I'm sure if that happened today, people would be sued over it, but this happened in the past. I've seen it affect people's food stamps, their welfare benefits, their social security payments, because people use those to go after other people. You know, we live in a very cynical world. We act like things don't happen, but it does. It happens that way, and it affects their well-being. And if I want to see something upstairs, or somebody wants me to look at something, I can go look at it. I don't think we should put that out there with all these new HIPAA laws and everything that's in effect. We could be liable unbelievably amount of money. So I think we got to err on the side of caution and protect those people's privacies. That's my opinion.
Mason?
Okay, so back to the general ledger. You know, we do have it available. You guys can go up and look at it every single time. We could bring it down here. You guys can look at it. And again, it's just for protecting the patient's rights. For you see that you'll notice on there, there's some that have cancer, dialysis, that type of stuff. When they're traveling to Denver, they're traveling to Minnesota, when they're traveling to Rapid City. So, and if you want to see that, that's up to you. You know, it's always upstairs. Also, see if Craig wants to show James his travel, they have the opportunity to look at it themselves. So the information's always there. It's not hidden.
Richard Greenwald.
Chair, you know, to me, I've seen a lot of this stuff becoming political on Facebook. I've seen some of the people that in here that posted stuff on travel, and you know, I've never had a problem with people being able to come in and pull whatever information they want. It is public information. I've never heard anybody in here say hide anything or try to conceal it. So where this is coming from, you know, one of the things that I'd like to maybe see posted is we have constitutional meetings. We have finance, all of our committees. Those are constitutional meetings. How about we start posting the ones whenever we have people not showing up? You know what? People call and they say, I can't come in today, and they think that, and I'm the chair of HHS. They just assume automatically they've been deemed to be excused. Just by calling, or not even calling, texting and say, I'm not going to be there today, does not excuse you. If I'm the chair of that committee, I will excuse you. It doesn't mean you're just excused. But you have some of these same ones that are on internet, Facebook now, causing us trouble with travel. Some of you haven't even made your constitutional meetings dozens of times throughout the past couple of years. But yet every 2 weeks, boy, you're up there picking up your payroll. So why don't we start publishing how many meetings these individuals are missing? And yet you're going upstairs and you're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. And we sit on Facebook and they're stealing from the tribe. They're doing this. They overspent their travel. They're stealing. Since the beginning of time, people have overspent in travel. People have underspent in travel. Depending on what's going on in this crazy world, and God help us now with Trump being in there, man, we might have to be traveling all over the place to put out his fires, to try to fight for these fundings and stuff like that. It's easy to criticize somebody for travel or whatever else, especially when you're not even at the meetings. You know, start coming to meetings so we don't have to repeat ourselves over and over what we're trying to do. And quit trying to use this travel thing. The doors, the books are open to our people to come look. If you have a problem coming to me, if you're from my district, I'll help you. I'll go up to Mason. Mason has never told somebody, no, you can't see what our books look like. But stop using that as a tool to, like Craig said, to go after certain people, to cause drama and dissent right before election time, and yet you're not even making your meetings and you're picking up a check every 2 weeks? Come on now, it's enough.
Mason.
Okay, so moving on, I guess. we're gonna have a meeting with the revenue. Is that still happening, Cora, on Monday? Okay. We're gonna have the money, or the, meeting on the revenue. What else was there? EBD, yes. Okay, so the revenue portion that, the finance wanted, what about the casino with the allocations?
That's gonna be after the,
On Monday, okay. And, yeah, so that's one of the other meetings we're having. Just, and then also some updates on you've seen our internet, right now our phones are down completely right now. I think they're doing some, fiber optic work outside. We did hire a new IT person that's getting, the tribe's, software up to grade. We hired actually 2 people, and they made wonders on what we're doing. We met with the Golden West yesterday. There's a few things they're gonna come in and do. We had a contract with Managed IT. We actually, after we hired these 2 people, we actually won't need that contract after, a few more months here. And we'll be working forward to get new software. We actually got the new software for the districts. Remember from the Shakopee donation that they gave us $100,000. We got 45 computers as well as the servers that are just for the districts, and the software, as well as the check printing software, printers, all that stuff will be delivered hopefully soon. We also got the CPS vehicle. It was $30,000 we got from Shakopee. We purchased that from Liberty Jeep. We asked for a few quotes from different car companies, but they went and kind of jerked us around, so we ended up going with Jeep Liberty. So we got that. CPS is actually utilizing it right now. We'll go ahead and submit the rest of the budget for the $1 million from Shakopee for the energy assistance, as well as the youth assistance. So, any other questions?
Jackie Sears, and then Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon, and then Tina Merdani.
Yeah, I would like to make a motion to get the full expenditure report of the general fund like we always did, because in the past it wasn't a concern, and I never brought up travel. I have that right as being on finance and being a council representative to see a full report. I don't know what the big secret is, why people are getting defensive in order for us to look at what's spent. We have to be accountable to the people. That's the general fund budget. So that's my motion, is to get a full expenditure report for the general fund like we always did. That's my motion.
We have a motion and a second by Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon. Ready? Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Minks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
no.
Stanley Little White Man,
No.
Austin Watkins,
No.
Chancey Wilson, Valentina Merdanian,
Oha.
James Cross,
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo,
No.
Richard Greenwald,
No.
Philip Goodcrow,
Help.
David Puyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Ha.
Jackie Sears,
Uh-huh.
CJ Clifford,
Abstain.
Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon,
Oha.
Craig Dillon.
I wish we could leave the medical out. That's my only concern.
That medical part, that's by law.
No.
Somebody's medical on there, that's.
If you leave the medical out, I'll support it 100%. I'm not going to use that medical.
So you're asking for
Burning
the
a
full.
vote here. Let's
Craig Dillon?
just hold your comments.
No.
Motion did carry 11-5, 11 yes, 5 no, and 1 abstain. Wait,
I'd li-
hold on. Wait your turn. You just had a turn. You had your hand up before Jackie did.
Does that pertain to this motion? Oh, this doesn't pertain to this motion.
Well, Tina's next.
Okay. But I do have something.
Here's what I had down. I had Jackie, Lisa, Tina, and then Collins.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's why I'm saying it, because I'm writing it down.
Okay, this is just for the treasurer's report. In the past, we've had asked for the powwow report from last year. And so today I'd like to make a motion that we have the powwow, what is that called? Oglala Lakota Nation powwow report due for next finance meeting. The full report.
Last year's report? Yeah. Okay, that's your motion.
Yes.
Seconded by Tina Merdanian. Call for the vote.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Minks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Slaney Little White Man,
Yes.
Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson,
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian,
Yes.
James Cross, Ella Giancarlo,
This includes the rodeo too. Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh.
David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Jackie Sears, CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon, Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion did carry 16 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, and 1 not voting. Tina Merdanian.
So that was one of the things I wanted to touch on was the powwow report. And then also in regards to the revenue and with the general fund budget, it's important we see those expenditures because the thing is look at how many grants we rely on to supplement what is coming through for the different programs and so forth. My fear is that a lot of these monies will probably be given back as has happened in the past. And so where is this money going to come from? That's my question. How much do we have available in our general fund? And so we also wanted a report of those revenues, especially the taxes, and seeing where the revenue is being generated and how much and the breakdown of that. And so if we can see where that's included, I would sure appreciate that.
It's actually on the first page.
Well, to break it down. in
Richard
detail.
Greenwald.
Just to expand a little bit on what you're saying, Tina, I thought there was gonna be a couple days set aside, right, to just go over all this? So I think that'd be a really good time so we could get down into the smaller details of that. The second thing I had as far as that report that is going back to the old way, can we have it set up? And I know it's gonna be a burden on you, but I really don't want any medicals in mind because I don't wanna be accused of getting that out into public. And I really don't want to have all this extras, because, look at all this stuff and you dump it on us, the day of or day before, and we try to read all of it, just overwhelming sometimes, but can you break it down to, stuff that it'd save you on trees, not having to print out everything that some of us don't want, and I know it's kind of a headache.
Can I make a recommendation? Are you about finished? How much do you have left?
I'm just taking questions from you guys, because these are your questions.
Because I believe that we can take care of all of this in Finance Committee. All of these questions need to go back because I still got to make some calls. I've got some meetings that I scheduled this afternoon. So if you want to take this back to finance, I recommend that now, and then we can adjourn.
I'll figure it out for you. I'll try to do something.
Motion to approve. Got a second by Craig Dillon. Okay, what do you got? As soon as we're done. Come on.
I just wanted to make mention and ask that you amend your. What, you gonna do that? Okay, all right, let's do that.
I wanted to make a motion that the expenditure general ledger, the way it was, just be given to the council and not, that ledger does not go out with the medical information. It's just for us to review as council and finance members.
We already have a motion on the floor. No, we have a motion to approve his agenda. To approve his report. We have a motion by Coral Whitehorse, seconded by Craig Dillon, to approve the treasurer's report. Call for the vote. And then we'll come back to that.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Minks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Lynn Whiteman. Yes. Austin Watkins. Chancey Wilson.
Yes.
Valentina Merdanian.
Here.
James Cross.
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo.
Yes.
Richard Greenwald.
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow. David Poyer. Sonia Little Hawk Weston.
Huh.
Jackie Sears.
Yeah.
CJ Clifford. Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon. Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report, 15 yes, 2 no. Approved. Thank you, Mason. Jackie Sears.
Yeah, I wanted to make a motion to not amend, but I want to make a motion to take out the medical part of the wording and leave that description part blank for the medical, for the descriptions of the general ledger. So we can't assume that they're all just assistants, but you can't identify medical, the description part.
Can I make a suggestion? Dave Poyer.
Mr. Chair.
He was first.
I was.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, go ahead then, Cora Whitehorse. I'm
I
sorry.
was just going to say, why don't we bring that to finance and set up a report? So that way we get what we want, and then if they don't want something, then they don't have to have it in theirs.
I'll
That was going to be-
withdraw my motion
Okay.
and
That
go
was
to
going to
finance.
be my recommendation, is that you take it back to finance. Motion. Mr. Dave Poyer.
Mr. Chairman, what I passed out to the council yesterday, we took action to draw down available funds that was over there. That on the first page, on the bottom, that's what's available. So I just wanted to share that with you because we needed a dollar amount that's available for, so that needs to be put into probably a resolution form with that dollar amount, all them accounts. And Ms. Purdy Weasel asked me that when a copy goes to Mr. Long, also a copy goes up to her office so that she knows, because she's the one that's instrumental in drawing those funds down. So that money there is available. That's my
So
motion.
your motion is, state it, please.
Motion to use that dollar amount on the first, and with all those accounts that be drawn down by the treasurer and your signature too. Thank you.
We got a motion by Dave Poyer, seconded by CJ Clifford. Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
Yes.
Cora Whitehorse,
Yes.
Stanley Little White Man, Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson, Valentina Merdanian,
Yeah.
James Cross, Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow,
Oh,
David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Jackie Sears,
Uh-huh.
CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon, Craig Dillon,
Yes.
Motion by Dave Poyer. Approved, 15 yes, 1 no, 0 abstain, and 1 not voting. Craig Dillon.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Craig Dillon, seconded by Cora Whitehorse. Call for the vote, please.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Oh.
Jim Meeks,
Yep.
Cora Whitehorse, Stanley Little White Man, Austin Watkins, Chancey Wilson, Valentina Merdanian, James Cross, Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Richard Greenwald,
Yes.
Philip Goodcrow, David Poyer, Sonia Little Hawk Weston, Jackie Sears, CJ Clifford, Lisa Jumping Eagle De Leon, Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn, 16 yes and 1 no. Cora Whitehorse, if you would give us a closing prayer. Can we have a closing prayer, Cora, please?
Thank you for bringing us here today. Thank you for staying with us while we're making our decisions. Please guide everyone on their journey home and help everyone out there who is cold, hungry, ill, or having a hard time. Amen.
Thank you, council. There's snacks back here if you want to get something before you go home.